Gentlemen, we're not supposed to be here.
This is a closed course.
Welcome to Closed Course, presented by Pins and Aces, where the mic is open and the drinks are cold. This is the spot where golf meets good company. Athletes, artists, reality stars, and the pros who live on the greens. From tee boxes to tour buses, from green rooms to greens, we're asking the questions you won't hear anywhere else. We talk sports, we talk life, we talk everything in between. No scorecards, no pressure, just good vibes and stories that'll make you laugh, think, and maybe even grab your clubs. So let's tee it up and let it fly.
Welcome back to another episode of Closed Course, your favorite golf podcast. Our next guest has one mission: protect the integrity of handicap system. He's exposing vanity caps, calling out sandbaggers, and keeping the game honest. If your number doesn't match your game, he's finding out. We're going straight to the gin. Welcome to the podcast, Yip Strickler.
Unbelievable intro, man.
There we go.
Time
Right?
on this.
What an intro.
Thank you very much.
Written by
That was
Liam, read by
fantastic.
Nick.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my favorite. You know, we were kind of chatting before we are getting set up, is like, I love when he goes, we're going straight to the gin.
yeah.
That's like the best thing. So yeah, happy to have you on, man. Excited to talk about how this all came about, how you got started, because it's awesome. It's great content. I love anytime you post a new video, I'm like, oh, what did these sandbaggers do now?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
So I guess to bring it back, I know this isn't obviously your full-time gig. So how did you get into kind of the social media game and kind of find the niche of exposing all these rats, as you call them, on social media?
Yes. So, I mean, most of it's just a big accident. I wasn't on social media at all. Didn't have an Instagram account. No, definitely didn't have Facebook. That's a bore fest over there. I didn't have anything. We had a member guest at my prestigious private golfing club back in 2023. I was like, hey, I'm going to just make this character, send it to a bunch of guys that were at the club, just make them laugh over the weekend. The character was Yip Strickler. Yip was an acronym for your invitational partner. So I was like, kind of just playing up this shtick that like, I just like people pay me to be their member guest partner for $5,000. I'll show up at your club. And, you know, obviously if you buy all my vodka seltzers and everything else that I'm going to drink and eat. And then I did a couple videos, and then kind of wintertime hit. I was done. It really wasn't anything I was trying to do. And I got banged up one night in the spring of 2024, and I was scrolling the gram and saw a couple babes. And then I found like this one prestigious private golfing club about 20 minutes from my house and saw they had a tournament, posted the winners up there and their names. And I was like, oh, let's just see what these guys are about, and made a little 60-second video. And, you know, now I'm the biggest independent journalist investigating handicaps and tournaments at prestigious private golfing clubs in the entire universe. So
Quite the title.
I love that.
Me too.
So was that the first video that kind of like popped off, or did it kind of take a couple to kind of start going viral? Or did that first one just hit?
like I did a couple like just little 60 seconds, like local ones, and I don't know, they got a little bit of traction, and then I like, you know, just realized how much I enjoy calling out sandbagging rats, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And I did have like a history of like nothing that's on the internet or ever should be on the internet. But like I had a history of like making videos in the past and sending them to some groups of friends. I might have like an ice fishing group, and where basically I would just roast every single one of the guys into like a little, maybe a little Weird Al Yankovic kind of style rap song. So like, I don't know. I liked editing stuff a little bit and just trying to make my friends laugh. And yeah, I don't know. This is like, it started as kind of like a passion project, but now it's like, I mean, I feel like God put me on this planet to do this.
Where did the hatred for these people come from? Like, did you get done dirty
Bro,
in a big
everyone has.
tournament?
I
or
hate them
something?
too.
I know. I mean, it's happened to me too, but I've never gone down the route of this. Like, how did this hatred happen? How did
Well,
this
I
I
understand
can
it.
I can say, like, looking back in history, I 1,000% have an overall member guest championship that was stolen from my fingertips. I was in the first flight. We won our flight. At the time, there wasn't a shootout. It was just whoever had the lowest net score, and there was a group and a flight behind. And I mean, Oh, I saw this 15 handicap hitting golf balls, and it was not. He was much better than his handicap. We lost by one shot. That always kind of sticks with me.
The pencil whip.
I been like I don't practice very often. When I say very often, I don't practice. Okay, I show up to the tee, might hit a couple balls, probably have a beverage to loosen up more than anything, and I go and play, and I post all my scores, and I always did. I don't know. I figured that's what everyone else was doing while we're playing this game, so we can have fair and equitable matches, so everyone has a blast. But I quickly learned that there's a lot of sandbagging rats out there, and I can't stand it. When you have a golf swing like mine and you're a 5.2 and you see these other guys that are like so much more refined and they play, 3-4 times a week and you're playing 1.2 times a week. I haven't played in 5.5 months, I might add too. So if
Wow.
I'm coming off like I got a lot of built up stress, I do. I got a lot to get off my chest. And tomorrow the pins are going in at my club, apparently. Walking
go.
only. I have a tee time already, so I should be much more relaxed next week.
Well, that's good. You can get it off your chest here. But it's totally justified. It's happened to me multiple times. The biggest one, I don't know if you know Lee from Colorado Golf Blog at all. He's got like a page, and he had a tournament, and we played in it one year, like 4 years ago. I haven't played in it since. And I brought my buddy Ryan. It was a 2-man best ball at, what's that course? Not Spring Valley, but the other, where that's at.
I don't.
Where downtown Park or whatever. And we're both scratch golfers, short course. We shoot 60. It's a 2-man best ball, gross. I mean, that's like respectable. And everyone's like, you can't shoot lower than 65 on this course. I'm like, we're going to shoot like 55. So we shoot 60. We come in and there's guys wanting to fight us. Like we're cheating. Like he's like, I heard you on the range. You said you were going to, whatever. And so there's all this drama with our group. And I'm like, I'll go play anybody right now, us two versus you two. And we'll go play for $1,000 a hole. Who wants to go play? And so there's all this drama. Meanwhile, while all this drama is coming in, there's two guys in cargo shorts and a wife beater that come in and they post a 59, take the prize and leave. And I'm like, what? You'd be mad at them. It's not me.
Yeah.
That's legitimate. But anyways, it's how I think everyone's gotten pencil whipped at some point in a 4-man, 2-man, whatever it may be. And so I think he was called upon the Lord, as Yip said. I think you absolutely were put on this earth to do exactly what you're doing.
the Lord's work.
I love
Thank
it.
you. God bless, gentlemen. That is my number one comment too, is doing the Lord's work.
Yes, it is.
Well, as Nick said, we do a lot of tournaments, and we've kind of tried scrambles, 2-man best balls, kind of all of the above to kind of stop the cheating. We've done $10,000 cash prizes, but in your mind, since you're around these, you see a lot of the tournaments, what's the best, most fair tournament format that you think?
Good question.
I mean, as in making like an equal playing field for
like, hey,
net
I want
golfers out there. I mean,
Yeah, I think in terms of like, I want the best guy on the day to win. It doesn't have to be the best golfer. Maybe he's a 10 handicap, but he plays well. It's fair. He shoots something that's fair to his handicap.
I mean, I'm just gonna let you know, this sandbagging rat has a way of figuring out a way to manipulate their handicap, or it doesn't matter the format. I mean, there's always going to be a way to, finagle around. I mean, I like best ball. I like 2-man best ball events. Those tend to be the ones I'm investigating the most. Especially because they seem to be the most popular format at prestigious private golfing clubs. I can't stand when there's like a tournament and it's like, oh, they did a shamble, an alternate shot, and then like 9 holes. It just doesn't really help my investigation so much. Because like I will say this: some of the scores I see with like alternate shot are amazing for like 12 handicappers. The things that they do together on the course, I don't know how they two 12s combine and for alternate shot, and they become a scratch golfer.
It's impossible. And I would even say there's 2 forms of cheating that I've noticed. One is the actual pencil whipping. You see the score, they go and erase a score, they beat you by 1. That's like real cheating. The other cheating is you lie on your handicap. You say you're 12, you're really a 7, you're getting 5 extra shots. It's kind of hard to protect that. The thing that I play a lot of gross events as a scratch golfer and like, state events or mid-am or whatever. And The thing I hate most is you got a little bit better of a group of people that can't cheat on their score, but you could still cheat on the new, what is the Golf Genius app? I like the real scorecard. Can we go back to like a real scorecard, and you don't put any scores up on the board until all the cards are in? We've done that before.
Yeah, it's better.
So people can't see it, and we don't do Golf Genius because even in Golf Genius, you can see the live leaderboard, and you're putting it on your phone, and you're playing with a guy who's like not really keeping score, and you say, "Oh, I had a 4." And okay, I put a 4 down. There's ways to do that too.
Yeah.
So I think it's tough. So Yip coming in here and protecting the integrity of net golf, I think, is important. But I wanted to ask you, you made a recent video about the USGA and the GIN system. Are they kind of like on your radar? You are on their radar, or what's the drama?
Sorry,
with that?
I thought you said some kind of. Did you say something about the United Sandbagger Guardian Agency?
Yes, yeah, the USGA. That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I cannot get too into detail about what it is. I am trying to make some type of cryptic messages out there so that when the news is released, people are going to understand what hashtag the Yip rule is all about. And I will say I started seeing a few social media posts this morning about a recent event called the Ginvitational, which involved a bunch of influencers, which I'm not. I'm a fake independent journalist, so I understand why they didn't invite me. But the Ginvitational was a bunch of influencers from all over the country that have, promoted the USGA's handicapping product. Maybe a third, if you combine all their powers, to how much I've promoted it for free over the last 2 years. And it's funny, what they're doing is they're creating, and since this guy posted it this morning, I feel like I can say this much about it. They have a new and improved app that they're really ready for you to go on your phone and click that update button, and it's going to be revolutionary. I will say that does look like there's a fantastic new GPS option. It looks very clean, but according to an anonymous source that tipped me off to this about 6 months ago, there is going to be some changes, and I'm not going to discuss the changes. What's going to happen? Time will tell. You'll have to find out. It should be out this summer, according to this post I read this morning. So we shall see.
Well, I'm curious.
It's going to be awesome.
Good.
It's going to be great. First off, you have to remember I am 2 steps ahead of the United Sandbagger Guardian Agency at all times. So if they're trying to shut me down, which I don't know why they would, it really doesn't make much sense.
No.
Like I said, I just promote their product for free, and I protect the game of net golf, and it needs some of that. It's going to be pretty funny, and everyone's going to understand what the Yip rule is. And I really do think that they're going to be at clubs all over the country. Members are going to be like, look what Yip did. Look what Yip did. It's going to be fantastic for fake business.
Well, for fake business. They should 100% be all on board with you and have a legitimate Yip rule. And they should be working hand in hand with Yip Strickler to protect the integrity of net golf. Funny story, though, I wanted to bring up, he made a video. Dustin. Yeah. So last summer at the Barstool Classic in Colorado, you made a video about this of Dustin Jacoby and Derek Johnson. So Dustin Jacoby's a UFC fighter, and Derek Johnson is my father-in-law, Liam's father. And Dustin is a 7, and I would say he'd be maybe on your radar. He's a 7, but he kind of is 5, but he can play to like a 10.
I've seen him shoot 90.
I've seen him shoot 90, but I've also seen him shoot 73. So they're coming down to the last couple of holes, and Dustin and Derek are just like, we got to win this. They're playing, and they just absolutely crumble and finish like, what did they finish? Triple, double, triple.
Yeah.
I believe it was Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson,
totally collapsed.
Totally collapsed, 4-putted one of the holes, and he's just taking the piss out on Derek and Dustin.
Derek. It's hilarious.
So funny.
He's like this UFC fighter, Dustin Jacoby, and this Derek Johnson?
Yeah. Like they needed to shoot 1 over, over 3 holes, and they shot 6 over.
Yeah.
So they did not make it. But I was watching the video, and I was dying laughing because that's obviously my dad and our UFC buddy, but it was so funny.
So funny.
Better luck this year. Better luck this year.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. At least they didn't get called out for winning and cheating. You know, it could be worse, I guess. They
But that would always
kind of
be
fell
worse, yeah.
apart.
But the Barstool Classic, that's a good content farm for you, I would say, because whenever there's a good prize on the line and you win a notorious net event like the Barstool Classic, there's going to be cheaters. So I assume that's just like that's got to be your bread and butter when you see the Barstool tournament lineup open up and you can look at the events. What's the craziest thing you've uncovered in that?
Well, if we're all not aware here, I do have a new position. I am the chief counselor of the Barstool Classic Handicap Committee. So I will be keeping an extra special eye on their events this year. May have to be on the grounds for a few of them just to make sure the game of net golf is in good hands. Probably my first case that really took off was summer of 2024. Tournament in Iowa, I believe, involved first off, the conditions were brutal. Wind was howling. There were scratch golfers shooting 80, and they happened to have a 15 handicap, I believe, that shot a 78, net 63. There's just a lot of rumors that were flying around. The thing was he shot a 78 in Iowa, this course that I'm assuming he's played before. I came out with my report afterwards. And then when they got to play at the Barstool Classic in Arizona, he shot a 110 the next day.
Oh,
Or the first day, I believe. It was over 100, whatever the score was. Not even close. Almost like it was two different people. And there were some rumors flying around. They came straight from the Golden Tianon Society. If you're not familiar with them, they're just a bunch of crazy right-wing conspiracy theorists that are also obsessed with Golden Tee and net golf. And what they believe is that this guy, the so-called 15, he actually has a brother that, looks exactly like him. His brother's a 5. So there's rumors from Golden that they flip-flopped. The guy played, then they got called up by Yip, and then they said, we better switch the brother back. I don't know. Like I said, this is not what I believe. These are just rumors from Golden Tianon Society.
wow.
Imagine that.
That kind of checks out, though. Maybe you have a legitimate excuse. You got hurt, you're sick, and you're like, the brother can fill in. He's a 5, balls out in the wind. And then now you go to the tournament and you're like, well, wait a minute, we got to have the real guy here. That kind of checks out.
It makes sense. Do they
This
ID
Golden
people?
Tianon, man, I love following their stuff, man. They're crazy, but they're right more than they're wrong.
Do they ID people at these events or no? I thought I saw something that they did.
Yeah, funny question. It is something that I've kind of brought up, and I don't know. I actually don't know. I've never been to one, so.
That's funny.
Interesting. So your new role at Barstool for the events, I love that. They're leaning in and saying, hey, we need a partner in this. We've got Yip Strickler. What are you going to do there to protect the integrity? If you see an egregious post-round score, are they done? Or are you trying to do some preventative measures to help prevent this? Tell us about that.
Both, yeah. I'm already digging into the first event at the park. I'm going through every single team, highlighting certain ones. I'm hoping to make some predictions before these events. I don't know if I can, get as lucky as I got at the Barstool Classic, the actual championship last year, but I have a funny feeling I'm going to be successful at this. I've already highlighted a few. I can go back in time, look at the teams that have, performed well there in the past. And I do have a lot of experience just on what numbers, for handicaps typically are the most successful in their events. So, there's definitely some, I'm going in beforehand and after.
So what are some red flags you look for? I think from the videos that I've seen, you're kind of looking at their score history on the GIN app, and you're seeing that, hey, they haven't posted a score in 6 months, or they post kind of crazy scores, and then all of a sudden they shoot a low score. What's a red flag for you when you're doing some investigative work?
It's such a process. People don't understand how much time I dedicate, first off, to staring at guys' pictures who just won a net golf event, and then going in and hopefully there's a Golf Genius ID where I can see the hole by hole scores, see the scores, see what's going on. I would say, as far as like the red flags, I mean, if it's best ball, if it's, you know, in whatever this guy shoots, if I start seeing scores that are, you know, below net 65, I start, okay, we might have something here. And, you know, from there, I'm going to do a simple Google search, maybe find out where the guy works, what he does for a living. As everyone knows, careers definitely there's a hierarchy for sandbagging rats. And I mean, people think like, oh, it's just a bit. It is kind of a bit, but it's actually true. I keep track of all this stuff on a chalkboard in my bedroom, and it goes, you know, finance. If you're in the finance industry, especially certified financial planners, these guys don't even they don't do anything, especially nowadays. The computers can tell you what to buy, sell. The computer does everything. These guys are just talking heads that play golf every single day. Then you got, you know, these real estate folks, NFL quarterbacks. They're absolute trash, except for Josh Allen and Jared Goff. They're the only two that actually post all their scores. Can't forget about insurance rats, and then, of course, attorneys. Anyways, so the jobs, that'll play a factor. Like, oh, man, if I see a guy and, you know, he's got a real estate website and maybe has some videos like showing a home, yeah, he's going to move to the top of the list. And then, you know, we're going to my favorite app in the world, Straight to the Game. Even if they change some stuff up, right now it's still my favorite app. That might change after their updates. I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. And start looking. If I see, you know, a lot of these guys too, especially if it's 2026. So, you know, these guys have Instagram pages, this and this. They post every single round they play. They might not post the score to my favorite app, but they might say, playing golf here. Oh, shot a 75, shot a 77, and it's just pretty good when they, you know, incriminate themselves. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many red flags.
Well, you know what's interesting? My dad was on the handicap committee at TPC, Berthoud in Colorado, and he was like, I don't want to do this, but the guy was like, hey, you need to help with this tournament or whatever. So he was like, hey, look at this guy. You know, there's something funny going on here. And this guy had been posting scores, but they knew this guy wasn't in town, and he was posting scores at like local Colorado courses. And he posted like an 85 at Mariana Butte. And my dad had to call Mariana Butte and say, hey, do you have record of this guy playing this course this day and shooting 85? We're like, no, we have no record of it. And then they found that he was like in Florida or something.
Really?
And so he was posting leading up to this event, leading up to the net event, months before. He's been putting in the work. I'm wondering if you've seen anything like that before, where guys, you could just go post, and yeah, how would you know?
Yes, the kamikaze posting, as I like to, they just get in there and they're just like post a score, post. And to be honest, I've missed a few that like I just didn't have time, or somebody else kind of jumped them. As far as priority level for protecting the game of net golf, these other guys got moved down. But I mean, I've like the guys like where I'll just see them post like 5 scores on a day. Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And who knows? Like I said, you know, maybe these guys, they forgot and they keep all their scorecards in their glove box. And, you know, once a business quarter, they just start posting them. I don't know. I find that pretty hard to believe, but you never know. That could be what they're doing. The guys that the worst for me are the guys that when they do the kamikaze posting, they're like, okay, well, to try and not get caught, I'm going to post this score back to, you know, 3 months ago, these 2 months, you know, just kind of space them out, you know, so it looks real nice. But, you know, when you're, you know, certain people, you have advantages in this world where you can maybe see the date that they actually posted the score and when they claim to have, and that kind of
I'm going to throw
backdating scores.
I'm going to throw one little thing in there because I've got a sandbagging rat at my club. I won't mention his name, but I know for a fact he's a sandbagging rat.
You can DM me.
DM you, and you can look into this guy.
Please do it.
His move, it's a genius move if you're a sandbagging rat. and I don't know if I want to give this tip out because maybe we blur it on the in the podcast. But he'll post a legitimate score. He goes and shoots 75 from the tips. He's a low handicap. He's a 2 or a 3, but he's really like a 0 or a +2. He posts his 75, but he selects the senior tees or the red tees. You don't see it.
Moving on up.
So now instead of that being a
is the
differential of
sandbagging
a
rat's favorite move.
That's the move.
Play from the tips, and whenever you go low, you post it 2 tee boxes ahead or 3 in this case, whatever. It's the oldest trick in the book. Trust me, you didn't teach the sandbagging rats anything. Leave it in. You don't have to blur it. Your editors will be happy. Leave it in.
Yeah. That's crazy, but that's like a move, and he thinks it's so someone's like, oh no,
75, I see
posted
it.
75, I see it, and look at the tees, doesn't show, so
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So when you make these videos, and obviously you put people's pictures in there sometimes when they're holding a trophy or a check or whatever it is, have you ever had someone like reach out to you after they got called out, like pissed, like, hey, fuck you, why are you putting my picture on the internet? What has that been like?
Or vice versa, let me clear the air. Hey, man,
or like, hey, this is not fair, I balled out, or whatever the reason is. Do you get people reaching out to you?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I didn't know we could say whatever we wanted on this podcast, so I
Say
typically
whatever.
don't say this, but fuck yeah, this is great. I didn't know I could say that. I may have been a little more open.
Absolutely.
Earlier, but God, that feels good. I don't do it in my videos because I don't want my children, Pip, Skip, and Elizabeth, to think I have a potty mouth, but there's no chance they're watching this podcast. I can
You're good.
That. What was the question?
Like when people reach out to you, are they pissed? Have you had someone do that?
Yes. So early on, especially like 2024, when I kind of started doing this, I mean, I was getting a lot of people angry, people, weak content, bro, you stink. Some guys are like, I'm getting, I'm calling my attorney to ask about a cease and desist. And I'm like, well, you can't really. First off, your club put your photograph on the internet for all to see. This is all public information now. Your photograph, I can do whatever I want with it. I could make a fat head and put you on my front lawn. I can do whatever I want. So when they make it public like that, and all I do is, facts about the case. Like, so I can remember the first one where somebody came at me like threatening with an attorney. There was it was a case in North Carolina, the official state of sandbagging, and this guy had posted something like, 10 out of his last 15 rounds, let's say, were all 90s. It was just like a 90-90. He'd sprinkle in something else, 90-90-90. And then, of course, the Memba hits and he shoots, 80. Mm-hmm. And it's, I don't know. It's, and then he was trying to say something. I'm like, well, I didn't say that you didn't shoot those 90s. I just said you posted 90 this many times in a row. It's all facts. Like, I went to law school for 3.5 months. Okay. I know a little bit. I might act a total fool all the time, but sometimes I'm pretty intelligent. And so I've had that. Last year I had a big one where, a guy just, he got my phone number, used his attorney and his real estate background to somehow get my phone number and call me and like threaten me. It was pretty awesome. So I've had a couple cease and desist, but I've never, I'm the best fake independent journalist out there. Like, I'm so careful that I'm being factual. If something is my opinion, I let it be known it's my opinion. I don't,
And that's
like
what 3 months of law school
put me here for this.
Yeah, that's what 3 months of law school will teach you to do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What about, have you ever had one where, hey, you did it and the guy, you talk to him and it's like, oh, maybe this is legit, or anything of that nature of like, oh, maybe I got this one wrong? Or are they all sandbagging rats?
No,
if you're making the video.
No, my cases, they're not always, I will give guys the benefit of the doubt. If I don't think they are a sandbagger, I'll let it be known. There's times where I just might do some fun ones, might build a case to make it look like it, but then, find some other evidence where, it seems like everything's legit. For the most part, like, from the beginning, yeah, people would get angry, but nowadays, like, typically, like, if I get someone and like they kind of are manipulating their handicap, if they reach out, they usually started out with something like, really big fan. Yeah, you got me.
Really?
I mean, what are they gonna do? It's not like
So
this
you
is,
do get some positive feedback
yeah,
from people.
and now I get more like people reaching out, and I have had some guys like try to come up with like, oh, well, you know, I was coming off of injury, and I so that's why my scores, and then my shoulder felt so much better 2 days before the memo guest, you wouldn't believe it, you know, things like that. But
Yeah.
What was your favorite investigation you've done so far?
oh man, you know, I do enjoy like digging into the numbers, and like if I get someone where like I can find all these scores that somehow he's been playing these events here and there and like never posting them. I do enjoy those, but like my favorites are kind of the ones where like the videos where I just kind of have fun. And I did one this week, like any opportunity I get where I find a potential sandbagging rat's phone number on the internet, I'm calling. And
Really?
if they answer, we're talking. Because
Really?
typically they
That's
don't,
amazing.
it seems like they have no idea who I am anyway. So, but for some reason, if I talk to them about a golf tournament they just won, they get pretty chirpy. And they're like, oh yeah, I did win that tournament. Oh yeah, what do you want to know? I did this. Those typically, I did one last year. It was an older gentleman. He was also a shorter gentleman, and I was making sure not to make fun of his height. But the thing is he used one of those Akshay putters, you know, the broomstick, and man, there was an incriminating photograph possibly that looked like he may have been anchoring his putter. And we had some questions about that. And the reason his height came into play is like Akshay, he's so skinny. I think he can kind of get away with it better. But like, there's a way if we measure the exact length of this broomstick and we take the angle, we have all these computers, we can do this. We have the height of the gentleman, we get a spine angle in. I've done we can make this happen where we can find out officially whether or not they're anchoring.
That's funny.
Wow.
So that might have been one of my
It's a
favorites.
science.
He was just I made sure I called him at 5:30, so like he had just got done eating his Tuesday night dinner, and he was just relaxed. And
Imagine.
I talked to him. We talked about the white belt, which he wears
Oh.
every single time he plays in the summer. That's what he said.
Oh,
The white belt is a tough look, and I say it at the
You've been
office
saying that
all
for
the
a
time.
long
I've
time.
said it for a long time. It's like putting with a glove on. It's putting your
Oh, I
driver in
hate
the
that
bottom
too.
slot of your bag, iron covers, just the things you don't do. You can't do that in golf, and you know, kneeling down to put a tee in the ground, certain things. The white belt, if you can't shoot under par, you can't wear a white belt. That's like my rule.
Well,
if you can't shoot under
I
par,
mean,
you don't wear.
I'll admit, I went through a phase in my life.
It was.
where I wore a white belt. It was
There was a
like
phase.
2015. Jordan Spieth was like kind of cool. He was wearing them. You know, it
Yep.
was a time and a place.
It's gone.
But now it's just been taken over by the sandbagging rat community, and I
Yeah.
think they're disgusting.
The white belt turned into the Ed Hardy shirt or an affliction shirt. You just can't. You don't wear that anymore. You know. You don't wear Ed Hardy. You don't wear the white belt anymore. It's
I'm not
retired.
going to talk trash about those two shirts. Now I can tell you, I've never owned one, but most of the guys have like these biceps that seem to. I feel like I don't know what it is. They're just a bunch of meatheads.
Yep.
And I don't want to offend them.
100%. But yeah, the white belt's got to be retired.
well, I have gotten a little bit of shit around this office. I haven't been called a sandbagging rat, but maybe you've used the word sandy. Technically, I'm an 8 handicap. So where would you put my scale? And I feel like that's the danger zone of like an 8 to a 9 handicap. Where would you put the scale of like what I can shoot without being considered a sandbagging rat from you?
It's a good question.
Well, you would fall right in the middle of the scumbag range.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
As the 8 to 9 handicaps. I mean, they typically, I don't personally play with many of them because they know I'm checking their handicaps all the time. The handicaps, for some reason, they tend to be like sub 7 or over 9. I don't know why you're in that range. It's I wouldn't play you for much money.
We're in the same boat.
So what would I shoot? What would I shoot when you're like, okay, fuck you, you're a sandbagger? What's that number?
I mean, okay, so like if you're getting 8 shots, I mean, if you come out and shoot a 70, if you shoot a 73 and we're playing, I'm gonna be irate.
Yeah.
Something's getting broke that day.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, if you go out there and shoot a 76, 77, I mean, hey, You played great.
Yeah,
I think
that's my range. Is like
I don't get out of bed
87
for
to,
any.
like,
I don't get out of bed
84.
for net 68s anymore. They don't do anything for me.
No.
Early on, I might try to get, but it's not. We do have some tables for score frequency that help a little bit for whether
what's
or
your
not I
lowest?
should go after someone.
My lowest round ever was actually with Eric at Red Rocks. It was winter rules from the white tees, 74. Other than that, my low round is 77.
Okay, so I think that's like respectable. You came out with a 74 in those conditions.
I don't want to fight you at all anymore. That sounds great. Yeah, that seems fine. That seems
There's
legit.
a guy, and he beat a Division I golfer on actually two of me and Peter. You beat Peter
At
that
what,
day.
cards afterwards? Or
Yeah.
a race or
Well,
at golf?
and Peter's like, it's funny because Peter was like, I'm never giving you strokes ever again. You shot a career round, and I think that's like okay, but I think if you were like shooting 70 or under par, that's crazy. And I think it's the bigger egregious offenders are the 12 to 15 who really should never break 80. If they do, it's like 78, 79. But when you shoot a 75, that's the problem. A 12 handicap is never. I don't care what world you're in, what course you're playing. A 12 or above is never breaking 76. You shoot 75, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I'll send you some stuff afterwards to show you how often that happens.
And that's crazy. It's just impossible. A true 12 handicap could never shoot that.
Well, yeah, not a true one.
Ever.
Well, we're talking about a lot of people we would never want to play golf with because they're sandbagging rats, but we do have a segment called Dream Foursome. So if you could play with 3 other people that are alive, who are some people that you would like to play with?
I'm going with Gabby Powell, blonde bombshell bomber. Then I'm going with Paige. Just throw her right along.
Sensing
this
a pattern.
Be a one cart.
Sensing a
this
pattern.
is going to be a one cart. And then, you know what? Let's give John Daly his own cart. He could be the 4th. We're going to have a blast. It'd probably be an unbelievable day. And guys, just do me a favor. Don't tell Mama Strickler I said this.
I can respect. I like Gabby and I like Paige. Gabby, she comes by the booth every year and we talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay. So next segment we have is called Caddy Advice. Any advice, whether it's in your line of work of protecting the game of net golf or just in general, any advice that our listeners should be aware of that you could enlighten them on and help them with anything?
Personally, if I'm giving caddy advice, the best caddy advice I can give to anyone looking for a caddy or a caddy themselves looking for an extra bag, it would be download the Caddy Time app. Look at that. This is Uber for caddies. You need a caddy? Boom. Get on that app.
Caddy Time.
Pick out your course. The guys are going to say, hey, I want a caddy. I mean, that's my best advice. I had to use that for a shameless plug, guys. When you set me up like that, I'm knocking it out of the park. That's what I do for the companies that believe in me. I knock it out of the park every time.
We pitched a lob right there. So.
Well, yeah, you're wearing pins, so I'm fine with that plug.
I'm fine with the plug. Yeah, I'm fine with the plug.
See?
Caddy Time.
This is what I do, guys. This is what I do.
I love that. Well, we've kind of asked you already, is there anything that maybe you got wrong or wanted to take back? But we do kind of talk about another segment. It's called Mulligan Moment. So if you could redo something, it doesn't have to be in your line of work related. Could be just your personal life, anything. If you could redo something, take a mulligan on it, what would that be?
Oh, God, this is going to be another thing we don't want Mama Strickler to hear.
Uh-oh.
I can't answer this question. You guys are setting me up. This is a setup. This whole thing, this whole charade.
This is a setup.
Did you
It's
guys
bait.
just create this thing to try to bury me? Are you working with the United Sandbagger Guardian Agency? I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
That's fine. Hey, that's
I
a
would
good.
do nothing different. I would do nothing different. No regrets, except I did have a baseball coach in high school that was a jerk that convinced me I shouldn't play basketball or football because I was going to be a college baseball player. And I was, but I was a pretty good athlete and definitely could step out and knock down the 3 anytime I wanted. And that'd be about the only thing. If I could go back, I'd go at least basketball. I should have played basketball.
Played basketball. That'd be good.
I absolutely stroke it. People see me, I just grab it. I don't even just boom, it just goes in.
You could have been like one of those white guys in a mid-major program during the March Madness that just knocks
Oh
down
no, I
30
wasn't that
points.
good. I wasn't that good at basketball. I would not have played
Or be the
any type of
typical
college
white boy, just
basketball.
rebound,
But
kick
high
out.
school, I could.
You can ball out.
Okay, I love it. Well, obviously, we're kind of getting into golf season coming up here shortly. What's next for you? Are you just kind of dialing into all the members coming up, getting ready for the season? What are you focused on?
My busy season's kicking off, but at the same time, like my golf season kicks off tomorrow for me. I have a 2 p.m. tee time. I don't know who I'm playing with yet because I just grabbed it. They just put the pins in. It's going to be miserable out there. I'm sure the course is in terrible shape. There's no carts, so we will be walking. That's one thing. And I don't think there's going to be any caddies since it's, Good Friday. There ain't going to be nothing around there. So I'm going to be hoofing it. But I'm going to be enjoying every second. The one thing about walking and carrying your own bag is I can't get drunk while I'm playing golf that way. It's just impossible. So that's a good thing. Who knows? Maybe I haven't played in 5.5 months, so should be interesting. Handicaps should be going up after tomorrow. Posting season opened on April the 1st in Michigan, so
perfect.
Looking forward to it.
Good.
Okay, well, we got some tournaments this year. We got some big cash prizes too, so we might be trying to hire you for a couple of these. We don't want any rats. Yeah, we don't want any rats winning our money here. So,
well, I'll tell you right now, you better get me while you can. The price tag's going up by the second. But I've definitely, if you guys ever need any help with any potential handicap manipulation, I'm here for all of you.
Perfect.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the pod. It's been awesome talking to you. Where can the people find you? Just Yip Strickler on all the platforms?
Yip Strickler. I'm on the Instagram. Don't forget to check out my podcast, which I'm going to start doing a lot more now. I've kind of been taking a little break.
Good idea.
Having a difficult time getting guests. I really want these guys that I call out in my videos to come on, but man,
that'd be
some
great.
of them are like, I don't know, they get a little nervous. It's all going to be fun, people. Just come on, join me on the Yip Strickler Experience. I know it's a very creative title. I came up with it myself. Instagram, X. On the TikTok, YouTube. I'm all over the place.
Cool.
YipStrickler.com if you need a member hat.
All right.
Perfect.
Love it.
It's member guest season. I probably need to order some more of those now that I think about it. And I definitely have to go to the post office after this to go drop a bunch off.
Perfect.
Okay. Love it.
Fake business is booming.
That's good. Well, we love to
awesome.
hear it. That's amazing. And again, I've been a big fan of your line of work, for the past couple of years. So we appreciate your time coming on the podcast. And for everybody who's listening, at Yip Strickler, give him a follow. It's definitely worth it. And thanks for coming on today, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. And thank you guys for supporting my fight to save the game of net golf.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.